All right, I wanted to share with you guys how I'm using LLMs to automate a lot of my content creation and reusability of my content. Okay, so my name is Sang. For those that don't know, I am a product manager in big tech. I do a lot of content on the site as well as use LLMs in my corporate day job as the principal product manager at one of the biggest MarTech companies in the world. So that said, what I want to do is kind of share with you guys how I'm using automation in my own world of content creation. I'm also going to show you how I'm kind of delving into how I'm using Hermes Agent to automate a lot of my content creation as well. So stay tuned. All right, a lot of the stuff that I'm about to show you is all things that I've stolen little ideas from here and there from software that I like, as well as how I work day to day and how I want to work day to day. As you guys can see here, there is a bunch of different things you're seeing. There's a calendar, but I want to focus you guys on the top right here. Okay, so there's the Foundry app, which is where I'm going to start like my day to day, the video area where I'm creating video content. I have collage content where like it's for Pinterest. So if you guys have ever seen or used Pinterest, you see these like collage apps, right? Or these collages. That is what this app is going to be doing. And then blog. This is content for my blog and my research where I get inspiration and also see patterns in my thinking so that I understand like what it is that kind of motivates me and empowers me, or what are the blockers, and also new ideas for innovation. So think of it as a research lab. Okay. So first off, I wanted to start with video because you guys understand like video content, and I think you understand like, hey, content creators create videos, but this doesn't have to be just videos for content creators. It could be anything. Okay. So what I want to share with you is my thought process on how I work, and then walk through like how I've systematized a lot of this thing. And with LLMs, I think the biggest thing is systems thinking. So how do you build things where it's a library of content and then you can create efficiencies from that library of content? That's how I think of how I create content. So I have like, let's say 150 to 200 videos that I've posted on one channel, but maybe not on another. And what I want to do is be able to kind of understand where I haven't posted the content and be able to make it available and schedule it so that I'm not having to touch my phone every single day to find the content and then create the captions and all that. I wanted to kind of streamline that entire process. So as you can see here on my calendar view, the best thing that could happen is that every single day I have an Instagram post, a TikTok post, and a YouTube Shorts post. This doesn't go through my whole like YouTube long form because I have not streamlined that yet. But as you can see here, I built all these features from scratch. So what I want to do is kind of show you like what I've planned all the way up to June and part of July. So let me show you what you can actually do. So let's say I wanted to post on Instagram here, right? If I click on Instagram, I can go through and I can see that green, I've already used this video. And so if I wanted to use Instagram here, I can go ahead and click on post. And then you see that it's like brought me down here. I can click on AI generate and it generates the caption for me. Okay. And if I forget what this video is about, if I go up here, I can actually watch the video, preview video.
I've been
So
messing around with how to use Hermes Agent.
that's going from my local drive to this app that's a local app for myself. Okay. And so what I can do is go ahead and go in here and then create cover. This uses OpenAI's key. All right. And so if I liked that title, maybe I go do Hermes Agent Deep Dive. Okay, I can use that. Hit generate content, and then it creates like this font on top of a screenshot that it took of my video and put the bangers font on top of it with the color that I've asked it to do. And so I can go ahead and click select cover. And then if it doesn't have a red dot on it, that means that I haven't posted on that content yet. And then now it's going to queue for Instagram. Okay. And so if I go in here, if I hit refresh, for July, you can see that it's now going to be scheduled for July. So that's how I do my content calendar. And the way that I do it from a process perspective is that I have the videos all in a folder and they have a prefix in front of them. And so this one, obviously there's issues here, so I have to go clean that up. And that's the problem with like, building your own apps, right? Is that you'll come up with like this issue. And for some reason, yesterday's video had like 10 of these. So I have to go and investigate that. But it has scheduled everything pretty like honestly pretty consistently, which is great. So here you can see like I have two videos for some reason for each of these. I don't know what's going on, but I have to get kind of go fix that. But at the end of the day though, I do know for sure that this content is actually being scheduled. So that's great. I have a content studio where I guide through like, hey, create the video first, go into this content pillar type, and then I have a folder where all of my content has been created. And then what I can do is create like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Shorts, like marketing copy. And then can go and create the video based off of all these copies, right? And it also saves into my Obsidian notebook. And then I also have a content workspace where I can actually see all the different content. So, for example, what's in my folder, how much content is in there, what pillar type is it under, and what video topic. And the other thing is that I have a vacation vlog where I also do content as well, or starting to anyway. And I'm automating that process. And it's a very, very similar process. If I go into my Foundry app, let me walk you guys through that. This is basically where I start my day. And if I actually make this smaller so that you guys can see what that looks like, here is my app. And this is what it looks like when it's really, really small. Okay. And as you can see here, I can see all of my different content. Okay. And I can see the performance of it. So I have video content here. I've got the one for my vacation blog here. And then I also have like content for my blog, and it's like not doing well because I think SEO is dying. But nevertheless, you can see here I've got like a line graph that's hooked up to my Google Analytics API key. Okay. And so I also have a Kanban board. So I've got this inbox, right, for my personal stuff. And then I also have the product lab. So I have like an app that I'm building, Chasing Experiences app, as you can see here. And there are things that I'm working on. And what's great is that I actually have a process in which like I can put the status as agent do this, and then it'll do it, and then it puts it in a validation stage so that I can validate that app piece of it when I'm done. So that's what this is. I also have, let's see, content. So I've got all of these different menu options. So I've got like a Kanban board for content, operational, affiliate storefronts, in each of my different like profiles. Okay. So then I also have the ability to go into the video as well. So this is a different view of what you guys just saw on my video content. I can see my metrics in here as well, the published status, the content studio. Again, different view, but it's all on my phone, and it uses Tailscale. Like it uses Tailscale so no one else can like access this. And you also have to have a username and password to access it. All right. So if I go in and kind of show you guys what this looks like here for my, let's see, Foundry app. This is what it looks like here. Okay. And then I have my product lab where I have like, features backlog for this app itself, and then a feature for my Chasing Experiences app. And then here, this is my collage app. So if I wanted to go and build a collage, so let's say I want to do a collage for, I don't know, balms and moisturizers, right? I can go ahead and click in here, and then I could say balms and moisturizers for moms. Okay, click on generate, and it'll create a title for me. And the goal is actually to go and create like a collage app, kind of like this. But right now, what I have is the ability to send this actually to my VA who's actually creating the collage for me. So what happens is that she actually sees what I've submitted into my Google Sheet. And then she's able to look at the ID and see like, hey, what is the overlay that I want? And then the URL to the Amazon idea list that I have, and then we post it on Pinterest organically. So that is what this is. And then I also have my blog one. This has not been built out all the way, but you can see here I've got content for my chasing blog. I've got one for my cooking one, and it's not completely done yet. But this is like things that I'm building on the side to make my content be automated and streamlined and make things more efficient. Lastly, I have my research app, which allows me to kind of understand like what I'm doing day to day and where I'm spending my time, where I'm blocked, and what notes reveal about me. And one question to ask myself, and the way that I do this is it's kind of crazy. So I have Super Whisper on my phone. I talk to it when I'm dropping off the kids, and then what I do is I copy and paste that into my daily note in Obsidian. If you guys don't know what it is Obsidian is like a note-taking app that is pretty much all markdown, and then you can just copy and paste, and then it's easy for like LLMs to kind of read through because it's mainly text, right? But you could add a bunch of like different features like Kanban boards and all that with it. But overall, that's what I do. And then I literally just like brain dump in the morning and sometimes in the afternoon. And after that, it looks at my content and then gives me like a mirror back to myself, right? I also have a mind map that allows me to kind of map all the different things that I have been working on in tools or things, just ideas on what I can do that is kind of in the world of what I'm working on. So that's what this is. And then also, I've got the Discover, which is research for the industries that I'm interested in. So you can see I've got a bunch of news on AI and Anthropic and Cloud Code because I'm super interested in that right now. And then I also have AI optimizations where it's like recommending things. It's kind of like the slash insights in Cloud Code, but ideas on what AI can automate to help me out. I hope that helps inspire you guys on what you can do with AI and LLMs. I use Codex in Cloud Code. I know I didn't go into detail on how I'm using it, but I wanted to kind of at least give you guys some understanding of how you could use it to kind of build your own personalized apps. Because I really do feel as though personalized apps is where LLMs are going to help people. And then I'm going to show you in a future video on how I'm using the Hermes agent with Telegram to optimize a lot of this content. So if you guys have any questions on that or are interested in me diving deep into the how of building or which part of building that you need help with, comment below. I'm more than happy to help.